This is a really nice cafe. The food is great, and it has such a relaxing atmosphere.
I agree, David. It's a wonderful place to spend the afternoon. I'm glad we came here.
Me too. The spicy sandwich I had was delicious, but it was very spicy. I drank my soda really fast.
Oh, I can see that. Your glass is completely empty. It looks like you only have ice left.
Exactly. My mouth is still feeling a little bit of the spice. I would really love another drink to cool it down.
Well, you should ask for a refill. It is very common to get a second drink, especially when you are having a meal.
I know, but I always feel a little bit shy about it. I don't want to be rude or interrupt the waiter while he is busy.
That is a very considerate thought, but waiters are here to help. It is part of their job to make sure customers are happy, and getting a customer another drink is a normal part of their job.
I guess you are right. I just never know the perfect way to ask. I worry about using the wrong words or sounding impolite.
Don't worry at all. It is much easier than you think. There are many simple and polite ways to ask for a refill. We can go through a few of them.
That would be really helpful. So, what is the very first step? I see our waiter over there, and he looks quite busy with another table.
The first step is to get the server's attention, but in a polite way. The most important thing to remember is what not to do.
What not to do. Okay, that is a good place to start. What should I avoid doing?
You should never shout across the room, like, "Hey, waiter!" You should also never snap your fingers or whistle. That is considered very rude.
Oh, I would never do that. That sounds horrible. So, what is the polite way to get their attention?
The best method is to use nonverbal cues. This means using your body language instead of your voice. The most common way is to try to make eye contact.
Make eye contact. So, I should just look in his direction until he looks back at me?
Exactly. As he is scanning the room, try to catch his eye. When he looks at you, give a small, friendly smile. This signals that you need something without being disruptive.
A smile is a good signal. What if making eye contact is difficult because he is so busy?
If he is nearby, you can raise your hand slightly, maybe just to your chest level with one or two fingers up. It is a quiet, respectful signal that you are waiting for him when he has a moment.
Okay, that makes sense. Make eye contact and smile, or give a small, quiet signal with my hand. I think I can do that.
Perfect. Now, let's imagine he sees your signal and starts walking over to our table. What do you say when he arrives?
This is the part that makes me nervous. I want to be clear and polite.
The simplest way is always the best. You can start with a polite opening like, "Excuse me." This is always a good way to begin a request.
Excuse me. Okay, I can remember that. What should I say after that?
You can simply ask, "Could I get a refill, please?" Or you could point to your empty glass and say, "Could I please have another one of these?"
Could I get a refill, please? That sounds very polite and direct. I like that one. The word please seems very important.
It is extremely important. Adding please to any request instantly makes it sound more polite and respectful. The same goes for thank you after they help you.
So, a good full phrase would be, "Excuse me, could I get a refill, please?" And when he says yes, I should say, "Thank you."
That is absolutely perfect, David. It is simple, clear, polite, and anyone will understand exactly what you mean. You can use that phrase every time.
I feel much more confident now. So I get the waiter's attention and then I say, "Excuse me, could I get a refill, please?" But I have another question.
Of course. What are you thinking about?
Will I have to pay for the second drink? Is a refill something that costs extra money?
That is an excellent and very important question. The answer is, it depends. In many casual restaurants, especially for certain types of drinks, refills are free.
Free refills? That sounds great. What kind of drinks usually have free refills?
Typically, fountain drinks like soda, iced tea, and regular drip coffee come with free refills. This is because they are made in large quantities, and the cost per glass is very low for the restaurant.
That is good to know. I ordered a soda, so my refill might be free. What about your drink? You ordered fresh orange juice.
My orange juice will almost certainly not have a free refill. Drinks that are made individually, like fresh juices, specialty coffees like lattes or cappuccinos, or drinks that come in a bottle, usually do not have free refills. You have to pay for each one you order.
That makes sense. The restaurant has to use more ingredients and effort for each glass of juice. So, how can I know for sure if my soda refill is free?
Sometimes it will say on the menu, but if it doesn't, it is perfectly okay to ask the waiter.
So, it is not rude to ask about the price of a refill? I don't want to sound cheap.
Not at all. It is a very normal and practical question. It is smart to ask if you are not sure. Customers ask about prices all the time. The key is to ask in a polite way.
Okay. So, what is a polite way to ask? Should I ask about the price at the same time I ask for the refill?
Yes, that is the most efficient way to do it. You can combine the two questions into one simple request.
Can you give me an example of what I could say? I want to sound natural.
Certainly. You could say, "Excuse me, I was wondering if refills are free for the soda?" This is a very soft and polite way to ask.
I was wondering if... That sounds very gentle. I like that. What is another option?
You could also combine it with the request itself. For example, "Could I please get a refill on my soda?" And "Could you tell me if there is a charge for that?"
That is also very clear and polite. It shows I want the refill, but I am also aware that it might cost something.
Exactly. It is all about how you phrase it. As long as your tone is friendly, it is a perfectly acceptable question. No one will think you are being cheap. They will just think you are a smart customer.
Okay, I think I am ready. I will try to ask the waiter when he comes by next.
It looks like he is finished with that other table. He is walking in our direction now. This is a good time.
Okay, here I go. I will try to make eye contact. He is looking this way. I am smiling.
Perfect. He saw you. He is coming over to our table right now.
Hello. Excuse me. My sandwich was a bit spicy, and I finished my drink. Could I get a refill on my soda, please? I was also just wondering if there is a charge for that. Of course. I can get that for you right away. And no, there is no charge. All refills for our fountain drinks are free. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You are very welcome. I will be right back with your soda.
See? You did it perfectly, David. That was fantastic. You were polite, clear, and you found out the information you needed.
Thank you. It felt much easier after we practiced. The waiter was very friendly about it. I feel so relieved.
I told you it would be fine. You sounded very natural and confident. Now you can enjoy your free refill.
The waiter is already coming back with my drink. That was really fast service.
Yes, this is a very efficient cafe. Enjoy your soda. Hopefully, it will help with the spice.
Thank you. Ah, that's much better. So, we learned that my soda has free refills, but your orange juice does not.
That's right. It is because of how the drinks are made and served. My orange juice was freshly squeezed just for me. They used several oranges to make one glass.
I see. So for every glass of orange juice, they have to use more fruit and more time. So it makes sense to charge for each glass.
Exactly. But your soda comes from a machine called a soda fountain. The restaurant buys the syrup in a big box and mixes it with carbonated water from a machine. It costs them very little to make one glass.
So giving away a free glass of soda is not a big expense for the restaurant. It is a nice thing to do for the customer that does not cost them much.
That's the idea. It makes customers happy and encourages them to stay longer or come back again. The same is usually true for regular iced tea or drip coffee. They make it in very large batches.
But it would not be true for a cappuccino or a latte, right?
Correct. A barista has to specially make each one of those with steamed milk and espresso. It takes time and skill, so you always pay for each one you order.
That all makes perfect sense now. I have a much better understanding of how it works. But what if the restaurant was much busier than this?
That is a good scenario to consider. What do you mean by busier?
I mean, what if it was so crowded that our waiter was running around and never looked in our direction? What if I could not make eye contact?
In that situation, the most important thing is to be patient. You have to remember that the waiter is doing their best to serve many people at once.
So I should just wait, even if I have been waiting for a long time with an empty glass?
You should wait for a reasonable amount of time. The best opportunity is to wait until the server is at a table right next to yours. At that point, you are in their direct line of sight.
Ah, so when he is close, he is more likely to see my small hand signal or notice my empty glass.
Precisely. You can also try to say, "Excuse me," very quietly as he passes by. Just be careful not to interrupt him while he is talking to other customers.
And what if that still doesn't work? What if I have been waiting for 10 or 15 minutes?
If you have been waiting for a very long time, it is acceptable to politely ask another member of the staff. You could stop a different waiter or a busser and say, "Excuse me, we have been trying to find our waiter. Could you possibly help us get a refill?" They will usually be happy to help or find your server for you.
I feel like I have learned so much. I have the basic phrases, and I know what to do in different situations.
You have done great. Now that you are more comfortable, I can teach you a few more ways to ask. These are slightly different, but have the same polite meaning.
Okay, I am ready. It is good to have a few different options, so I can choose the one that feels most natural in the moment.
A very polite and patient sounding phrase is, "When you have a moment, could I please get another soda?"
When you have a moment. I like that. It shows that I understand the waiter is busy and I am not in a big hurry. It is very respectful of their time.
It is. Another similar option is, "Whenever you get a chance, I would love another one of these."
That one is also very good. It is a little more informal and friendly, but still very polite. It sounds very relaxed.
Yes, it is perfect for a casual setting like this one. You can also be very simple and direct, especially if the waiter seems busy. You could say, "I'm ready for a refill, please."
I'm ready for a refill, please. That is short, clear, and still polite, with the word please.
Exactly. All of these phrases will work perfectly. The most important parts are your friendly tone of voice and your patient attitude.
This has been so helpful. I feel like a simple task that used to make me nervous is now very easy.
I am so glad I could help. Sometimes we just need to break things down into small steps to feel more confident.
Let's review the steps one more time. First, I need to get the server's attention politely, using eye contact or a small, quiet gesture.
That is the first step. No shouting or snapping your fingers.
Second, when they come to the table, I should use a polite phrase like, "Excuse me, could I get a refill, please?" And I must remember to say please and thank you.
Perfect. And what if you are not sure if the refill costs money?
If I am not sure about the price, I should ask politely. I can say something like, "I was just wondering if refills are free for this drink?"
Excellent. And you now understand the difference between drinks that usually have free refills, like soda, and drinks that usually do not, like fresh juice or a latte.
Yes, that part is much clearer to me now. And finally, if the restaurant is very busy, I need to be patient. I should wait for a good moment to ask.
That's right. Patience and a friendly attitude are key. You see, you know everything you need to know.
I do. Thank you so much, Emma. This little lesson has made a big difference for me. I will never feel shy about asking for a refill again.